peeps? It's your boy, the Penguin, and I'm sitting next to my boy, the Watt.
You know that's me. It's me. It's the Watt, not DDP. So let's go ahead and crank this episode up to 11, like Spinal Tap, because that's the number of this episode. But first, if I may, take you on a journey to a land before time, a place where there is a Littlefoot, a Petrie, a Sarah, a Spike, and a cute little ducky.
Ducky!
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 Quack, 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 quack. Hold on, I feel like we're doing something wrong.
That's a wrong movie.
Coach Bombay! It was the wrong movie. Whoops. Go Mighty Ducks. Episode 11! Blam!
Sitting in the studio just trying to get to you, baby.
Welcome to Studio Chat, episode 11.
It is. It's the 11th episode.
So, what?
Yeah.
How you been, man?
I've been pretty good. Aside from, Snowmageddon or Snow Bomb or Bomb Tornado Snowmageddon, whatever these names are. Anyway, being snowed in this week was great, for me, and movies and binge watching and creating snack boxes, all sorts of awesome things.
Snack box.
Hashtag snack box. How about you, Senor Penguin? That's Spanish for penguin.
Oh, I've been good. Spanish penguin.
El Penguano.
Oh, I've been good. I've been watching some TV shows.
Right on. What you been watching, bro?
Well, I started out, actually, this month was the last time we filmed, watching The Walking Dead. I started rewatching some stuff.
TWD.
What got me into it, because it started back up, I saw spoiler alert.
No.
5, 4, 3,
No.
2, 1.
Carl.
Carl's dead.
Well, you ruined it for everybody who's not caught up.
Well,
Hashtag, I'm still in the middle of last season. Thanks.
well, you already know, because we talked about this.
Yeah, because you ruined things for me.
But anyways, I had a little tearjerker that moment that time. It was really, 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 really sucky.
That's cool.
Trust
though.
me.
We're not above crying.
Yeah, that's all right. We're
do it.
men. And men cry.
Men do shed tears.
Yeah, so I started catching up with you on a little bit of Shameless.
Shameless.
You should tell us about that.
Let's talk about Shameless.
Good show.
Basically, if I had more members to my family, this would be a show about my family.
Yeah.
Because if my family isn't full of bipolar addict assholes. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, great show, awesome show. I mean, dude, something's always happening that is either making you shocked, just like what could possibly happen next that is either good or bad. This is the show that always keeps you guessing and always keeps surprising you.
Yeah.
It's like I don't ever want it to end because it's just always something great. And if I may, my favorite characters in the show are not the main characters. It's the biracial couple that lives next door. The funniest of things always happens to them. They always find themselves in the greatest, most hilarious situations. So, great show.
Yeah.
Watch it. 8 seasons. Season 9's coming up soon, hopefully. I believe. Yes. So, dude, if you got to binge the first 7 on Netflix. Do it.
Oh, well, speaking of Netflix, good segue, by the way. Speaking of Netflix, we watched also American Vandal.
Did we not? I'm telling you, Paul, Penguin, sorry, I didn't draw the dicks. It wasn't me.
Well, when he came to me with this, he goes, yo, you got to watch this, man. You got to watch this show. It's kind of cool. And I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. Watched the first episode, kind of slept through some of it. And then I'm like, this is stupid. It's like a make fun of a documentary.
It's a show presented as a documentary.
But then it came to episode 2, 3, 4, and kept going, and it turned into like a make fun doc, but also a type of a mystery. It's like a show mystery.
It was like an investigative,
like a crime solvers almost.
Yeah.
of who drew the dicks.
Who drew the dicks? Who lied about a hand job at camp?
Yeah.
You know?
So yeah, I highly recommend actually the audience to actually watch this. Go on
So
Netflix.
glad.
It is a Netflix original.
And let's make sure that people are watching this because you're going to love it. Guarantee it. If he loved it, you're going to love it. So I really hope there's a season 2.
Yeah.
So
And if you guys did watch it, comment below. We'd like to hear your feedback about some of the stuff that we're talking about today. So,
let me know who drew the dicks.
I paid ode to Kevin Smith since he had the heart attack and we mentioned that in our last episode.
Right.
I started watching Comic Book Men again.
Sir.
I have 2 things about this.
Okay.
First off, I love that show. The show's great.
Shout out Ming and Mike,
Yeah.
my boys.
Yep. But second off, what is going on with that show? Like, I actually ordered the premium for that.
The AMC Premium app.
Yeah, I'll probably cancel it after I'm done with Comic Book Man.
Okay.
But anyways, because that was the only way to watch. This is my gripe. That was the only way to watch season 1, 2, and 3 of Comic Book Men, because you had to actually get the premium, so they actually wanted to lock you into that. Which,
Gotcha.
but then they only give you to season 1, 2, and 3, and then they stop. They stop you right there. There's no 4, 5.
I'm sorry. If you're paying, you should have
6.
full access.
You should have full access, especially if you're paying. I think it's like what, $7.99 for that stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like you should actually have full access to all content.
If you're paying for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like the Red Lake District in Amsterdam. If I'm paying, I want full access.
Full access, exactly.
That's a prostitution joke, ladies and gentlemen.
So like that was wrong. So like I said, I'll be canceling that premium like after I'm done with it, which I'm almost done actually.
Fair enough.
Almost done.
Fair enough.
But anything else? Did you watch anything?
Yeah, it's just some movies.
Some movies?
Yeah.
What would you watch?
I watched a movie where the quote, "Death comes for everyone, even the kitties."
Are you talking about father figures?
I'm talking about father figures.
Yes, we watched that.
That's the Owen Wilson and that guy from The Office movie.
Yes. I can't remember.
Ed Helms.
Ed Helms, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not, yeah.
Yeah.
The guy from The Office.
Yeah, the guy from the
And Hangover with the tooth. Oh, Ed Helms.
So what'd you think of that, sir?
It had its moments, that's for sure.
It was an up and down, up and down, up and down.
There were some moments where I'm like in my cell phone. This is me on a cell phone.
Yeah, you should never do that.
You probably shouldn't, but this movie
You should only do that in a movie theater.
You never do that in a movie theater.
That's an ongoing thing. I do that just to irritate him, by the way.
It's inappropriate. So anyway, this movie had moments that made me just like turn away, but then there were moments that had me like super into it and laughing. Namely, even the kitties, just classic Christopher Walken moments are just awesome.
Yeah, that was really that was a good funny moment. I mean, there were some moments in it that was really good. I mean, A Tale of Two Brothers. That's really awesome. On a journey to find their real father.
Yeah.
But then they have a twist at the end, which we won't give that away.
Yeah, can't give that away.
Had a twist at the end. So, like I said, we're doing these little mini review. What do you review that as?
I would say it's
out of
worth.
10?
I'd say it's worth watching, but it's definitely not the greatest film of all time. Definitely not the greatest Owen Wilson buddy comedy. So I'm gonna go with a 7, a hard 7. You know, it's good. Would I watch it again? Yeah, if I was bored. But no, I didn't love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that a 7 too. That's yeah. I'd give that a 7.
Fair.
That's fair. Did we watch any other movies?
Yeah, we definitely did. That movie that scared the bejesus out of you.
Oh, a couple jump scare movie.
Okay, I'll be honest. Sorry. It's the one that I was screaming at the whole time, and you were just like, dude, really? And I'm like, under my covers. Yeah, that was me. Insidious, The Last Key.
Last Key.
Yeah.
And by the way, before he actually gets into his little mini thing,
Yeah, because I have things.
this is the first time I've ever watched an Insidious movie. So, And then,
which is cool.
because
I told him, I'm like, listen, the Insidious movies, they all kind of follow the same formula, so I think you can jump in on the fourth movie and you're fine. And then it turns out it was a prequel, so he didn't have to see any of them.
did they tell you that before? Like when you saw like the media thing?
No, I had no idea. They might have. But here's the thing about this movie. Out of all the Insidious movies, I feel like it had like the most like plot. The plot of the movie had me like invested emotionally a little bit in the characters. Whereas I didn't really care before. It was like, oh man, I'm scared. Scary stuff's happening. Also had that. But this one also had like firm like story to it. I very much enjoyed it. From behind my covers and hugging a pillow. So, what would you give it? Because you're not like a horror aficionado. What would your rating be?
Well, when I went into it, I'm looking at it. When I'm watching, I'm thinking cheesy horror almost, like super cheesy. Like they're trying, and you could almost predict when these jump scares were going to come out at you.
But could you every time?
Not every time.
Yeah.
But you could say, okay, a jump scare is going to happen here within the next
Right.
2 to 3 frames, maybe.
And
you know,
I'm not 100%. I'm pretty. James Wong has directed most of the Insidious. I don't know if he did this. Maybe he did. I didn't check. I should have checked. All right, leave me alone. Anyway.
no, I think he did, but I did see under producer notes. I think his name did come up for producer.
The thing that he does is he gives you those predictable jump scares, but then he'll give you ones where you're like, oh crap, here it comes. Oh wait, it didn't come. Boom, here it is. Yeah. And you're just like, oh, you got me.
I mean, there was a couple jump scares I jumped. I was like, oh wow, you know. Do I put this film like on par with It? No.
Really?
Yeah.
But no, it was actually fantastic.
It was great. It was a great movie.
I feel like we're saying it, and it's also the title of the movie.
Yes, because it is.
It is great.
It's an ongoing joke.
Okay.
For my rating, though, I'll give it. Let's see. I'm gonna give it a 6.
See, you know what? I kind of predicted you were going to say 6.
I'm gonna give it a 6. Yeah. It wasn't like the best horror movie.
Yeah, I'm going to grade because you know what? My rating for horror movies is on a different like grading scale than regular movies, so I'm kind of going to go with like a 6.65. I agree with that. Like, it was good. It had good story. There wasn't a whole lot of scares.
I was invested in the characters. I like the characters.
I was. You know what though? The Further, which is the like spirit realm and all that stuff, was not as scary to me in this movie as it was the other 3.
Well, there wasn't that much of it either.
No. And what was there? Like the demon, like yeah, he was scary looking, but he wasn't scary. There wasn't a lot of scary here, but there was a lot of story, and I enjoyed that. So yeah, 6.65.
There was more. You're right. There was more story than scare here.
Which
really was.
Actually, because of that, it gave like legitimacy to the other 3 Insidiouses, which were scary.
I did like though at the end, like it picked up right where the first one left
it
off.
leads right in part
in the
one
first
where
one.
you're like, I'm watching it, I'm like, oh no, please don't show the Darth Maul hoof monster, and then boom, there he is. I'm like, oh no, I don't need him in my nightmares anymore. But speaking of horror, because we're titling this Fallback Spring Ahead, there is a movie I'm looking forward to, and it's my favorite horror series, The Conjuring. Conjuring 3, I'm looking forward to that, and also The Conjuring the Nun.
So let's fall back right now.
Yeah, let's fall back.
We also finally watched
What?
Jumanji.
Oh my god, it was the cool movie.
Yes.
That was like a Kevin Hart impression. Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh my god. So what'd you think of that?
I actually very much enjoyed it. Like this, it became a sequel, and the way it happened, it was very fluid. I enjoyed it. The comedy was great. There was one thing I didn't love, but it wasn't enough to take me away from the movie. So, Yeah, it was great. It was a good movie.
You know what? The trailers didn't really give it justice. I think maybe the last trailer, the final trailer, gave it justice to where you're thinking, oh, this is a sequel. You know? We all thought it was a reboot when we first heard it drop.
At no point until I actually saw the movie did I know whether it was going to be a sequel or a reboot or reimagining or what.
I love this movie, to be honest.
Wow.
I've watched it 3 times now.
Holy cow. I've only watched it once.
I've also went back and watched the first one, which was awesome.
Good for you.
Yeah. I invested in him just because he talked about video games. It was a video game thing.
It was cool.
It touched the penguin. It touched the penguin. And then even the cheesy thing of like the turning into a video game.
I loved it.
I think to myself, I was like, yo, I want to play this video game. Like, I'm like, yeah, I would love to play this video game.
It also kind of like, if you think about it, like a lot of like board games have translated into great video games.
I also like the message in it too. Like it had like the geeky guy that turned into like the guy that he always wanted to be, the pretty guy with the muscles and and then the guy who was the muscular guy turned into basically like the sidekick.
Yeah, like it showed them like a different like I don't know, side of life, I guess.
Yeah, that's how it was. Yeah.
And I guess the message is also kind of like you are who you choose to be.
Like each
because
one.
you chose their characters. You kind of are who you choose to be, even if that's not who you were.
The message is like the opposites of each other because the one was like, she was like I wouldn't say she was like the shy girl, but she wasn't like the prettiest one on the block. And then like
She got it.
she's in the game. She's the prettiest one on the block. The prettiest one on the block was like, oh my God, I'm like, so where's my cell phone? And then she turned like to a fat bastard.
My only gripe with this movie is that the guy who basically played the hunter,
Talking about Van Pelt.
Van Pelt, yeah, he didn't look like a hunter. You know,
Yeah.
he kind of looked like a douchebag. So, other than that, awesome movie.
Comedy was great.
Yeah,
I thought the comedy was amazing, especially Jack Black. I think everything we saw out of Jack Black, we were like laughing. We thought that was hilarious.
was great.
And it's great that Kevin Hart didn't really steal this show, you know? As much as I love Kevin Hart, I feel like in the buddy comedy stuff that he's been doing lately, that he steals the show in each one, you know?
Yeah.
And this one here,
He shared the wealth.
yeah.
The wealth.
Yeah, so rating.
Well, you said you loved it, and I very much enjoyed it, and I don't have many bad things to say about it. Like maybe an 8.5, like an 8.5. It was good. Was it the best comedy of the year? No, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I can do. For me, it's going to be an 8 for me.
I'm gonna come down to the 8. I like your 8.
I'm going to go to 8. I mean, it wasn't the 8.5 or to a 9.
Yeah.
But it was definitely like an 8.
Yeah.
So, we also had some sad news, you know?
We did.
Mr. Stephen Hawking. Should we pay ode to Mr. Stephen Hawking? A great mind.
I mean, I'm just so tempted to say things that I shouldn't say.
What about Stephen Hawking?
This all could have been prevented if somebody would have remembered to charge him at night. This is terrible. This is terrible.
Are you a robot?
I am a robot. Come on, man. He ain't dead. He's the Illuminati. That dude's just turned into like a black hole or something. Dude, that dude, he ain't dead. He's like Elvis.
No, he was a great
Yeah,
mind.
But seriously,
He really was.
you know what? That dude came up with some of the greatest concepts. He's been able to prove some of the greatest minds theories, like Einstein's theories. He's been able to go ahead and prove some of that. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's some of the stuff I love. Like I'm really into. So yeah, it was a huge bucket of wind for me when I heard about that. I'm like, oh wow, really? And to know that guy should have been dead. Well in his youth.
Yeah.
And dude,
Yeah.
that's a trooper.
That is definitely a trooper.
If there was ever anybody meant for anything, it was that dude, man, because he should have been dead a long time ago.
All right.
So,
So now we talked more about our fall
because
back.
he's a robot.
Because, you know, our episode is episode 11, fall back spring ahead.
Bring ahead.
So let's delve into some of the movies that are coming out soon. Coming soon. And we have to talk about... You see what it is.
Infinity War.
Infinity War. Exactly.
The Gauntlet. Is my
The
hand.
Gauntlet, yeah.
So here's my thing: has Thanos just like been bleaching his skin, or is that why we've?
Yeah, he started out red, right? Didn't he start out
He
like
was
red?
like dark purple, and now he's like Patrick from SpongeBob pink. You know. That's Ray Romano. Deborah. I don't understand. Like, is that why we've waited so long to actually see him? Because he's like, no, I gotta bleach my skin. I don't. Like, what's his deal?
I don't know, but I'm actually very excited about this because, if you saw our last review of a Marvel movie, which was Black Panther, by the way, see it below. Only on what?
Wakanda forever.
Only on what? Can you see this?
Freeform, Hulu, Netflix,
No.
the Wicked Turtle Network.
Cool plug, right?
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was genuinely confused. That's why I said all those things.
But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for a Marvel movie actually right now.
Yeah,
I am. And the trailers have been for me to get so pumped up. I rewatched all the Thor movies, every single one, especially that shitty Dark World one. Yeah, but I rewatched all of them.
I'd like to go back and maybe
I'm
watch all the
so
Iron Mans.
excited. I'm actually. I thought about doing the Avengers.
I want to do the Iron Mans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have all those too. We could definitely do that.
Let's do that.
Next week.
Yeah, my man.
And then a trailer dropped this week that I'm really stoked for because it's one of my favorite superhero.
No, he's not super.
Hold on. Villain.
No, because I don't. If you're talking about that jackass,
Mercenary, maybe.
Hold on. Now, are you talking about that jackass Danny LaRusso?
No.
All right, because let's talk about that before we go into what you're
No,
talking.
I'm not talking bad about Daniel LaRusso.
Daniel LaRusso is
I am
the
not
villain
talking bad about
of Karate
All right,
Kid, and
we'll put
everybody
on
knows
what I was going to say for timeout so he can do his Karate Kid smash and bash.
Daniel LaRusso is the villain of that story. He was picking on that boy the whole time. He was a jerk. And now, what's his name? Johnny, right?
Yeah, Johnny.
Johnny came back. He's trying to be a good entrepreneur.
Yo.
He's trying to open the Cobra Kai dojo, trying to help the community. And what's Daniel LaRusso go into? He's all like, "Now let me shut you down.
Hey,
I'm gonna shut you down."
Hey, man, he didn't beat his ass.
And then he
kicked him in the face.
makes a joke about kicking him in the face. Who's the bully here? It's Daniel LaRusso.
He's not
always
the
been.
bully. Yeah, so that's the Watt at the Wicked Turtle Network. You can actually get a hold of him and tell him that Daniel LaRusso is awesome.
No, Billy Zabka forever.
No.
Not Ralph Macchio. Billy Zabka.
No. You know what I hate though? You have to have YouTube Red just to watch that. So we have to pay for that show.
It's cool. My T-Mobile pays for it.
Are you serious?
Well, yeah, because you can charge certain services to your T-Mobile account,
I already
but
paid.
then you still have to pay for it.
They already have enough of my money. I'm good.
True story. Okay.
But anyways, let's get to the next movie that I cannot wait to see.
Is that the Merc with the mouth?
It's the Merc with the Mouth. Deadpool 2 trailer just dropped. I think what?
Oh, I think
a couple days ago.
about Howard the Duck. See how we brought it back to ducks? No, but yeah, go ahead. And,
Are you excited for this movie?
I am actually excited for it. Why? Because of cable. Okay. All right. Cool.
I mean, the last movie left you in the shit. So,
Oh, you're such a dick. Are you going to tell this story?
No.
We kind of have to now.
Well, no. Before we embarrass the Watt, I will tell an embarrassing story. If you watch our other show, Hitting the Mat with Penguin and the Watt, something happened. Something happened during that whole event.
Are you talking about me too?
No. I'm taking pictures with we sponsored. I sponsored Ron Simmons.
You're not telling that story.
I'm telling that story. I'm getting it. I'm going right in the shit. But anyways, no. I'm taking pictures for the fans, and
so the fans are trying to get pictures with Ron Simmons, who we're like his handlers.
yeah. So I'm taking the pictures with the cell phones, and I'm this guy has it already ready for me, and I'm looking in the little, and you guys all can know this, so you look at your phones, you'll see like a little like preview of your pictures that you took before. And in that, sir, was a picture of
A pecker.
it was a D. It was a dick pic, yo. It was bad.
That is not cool,
It
man.
was bad. There was a purple-headed yogurt slinger staring me right in the face, and I just shoot the photo and said, "Here you go, sir. Take your phone back. Thank you. Bye."
Purell.
Purell. Ew. Ew. Okay.
Gateway. For the gateway.
Now, getting back to the Watt.
Yeah.
One of his many stories that he has about this function. We went and watched Deadpool.
Yeah.
And before he even picked me up,
I really had to poo. And, you know, I wasn't wearing underwear that day. I was going commando. And we were running really, really late for the movie, guys.
yeah,
And
a little late. It wasn't that.
it was the premiere of Deadpool, guys. So bear with me when the Watt shits his pants and he really, really wants to see a movie. He sits in his shit and watches the movie, okay?
That's dedication.
Damn. Ron Simmons. See how I brought it back?
That's dedication. But yeah, Deadpool 2, Cable, man. I mean, this is cool. What is the X-Force?
X-Force.
That's something that a lot of the fans have been waiting to see. It was the X-Force,
Yeah.
which could lead into maybe more X-Men movies as well.
Yeah.
They're going to do the Dark Phoenix, which is going to be cool. That's another one coming up very soon.
Yeah.
What about for the summer? They have anything slated for summer?
Only Jurassic World Part 2 with my boy Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. I'm excited for that too. I watched the first Jurassic World.
If you thought the dinosaurs were bad, just wait for the volcano. That's right. We didn't know we built an island on a volcano. Dun, dun, dun. By the way, Keanu Reeves is now doing movie voiceover trailer.
I am Keanu Dracula. No, I watched actually the first Jurassic World?
Jurassic World.
Yeah, I watched that like 8 times at least.
So many times, though. Good movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait for that. Anything else coming up?
You know, there's.
What about in the fall? Anything in the fall? I mean, is that the summer? That's not. That can't be the summer highlight.
Yeah.
That's got to be others.
Yeah, there's stuff. I just can't remember.
That movie Tag. We saw the trailer for that.
Tag looks good. That game night movie just came out. Others, yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
There's movies. I just don't know. There's so much out there, but you know what? I'm seeing them as they come, and you saw that guy's DP, so we're seeing things. It's great. Yeah, I can't really think of anything. You got anything?
Oh no, but I can say that if you guys think of something, please comment below what you're looking forward to, and what you're wanting to see. What
What do you want to see?
You know.
What do you want us to see and give our opinion on? Let us know. Talk to us. Interact. We're lonely people.
Yes.
I just hang out with this guy. Sit. It's
we
my
just eat
life.
pizza. That's all we do is eat pizza, and then we die.
Yo, pizza, bro? Pizza?
No wings.
Oh, wings are the best.
Sponsor me, you dicks.
So, for all things wicked,
What do you have to do?
What do we have to do? You got to like it. You got to share it. You got to subscribe to it. Follow and see first for all things wicked. My ass and my anus. Yeah, it's finally famous. This is my Nicki Minaj impression.
Hey. Blah blah.